Hi everyone, it is Monica from TVandPopcorn.com, and I am here to give another revenge review. Hello to all of my fellow revenge fans out there. I started my YouTube channel for TVandPopcorn.com reviewing shows like Revenge, and especially Revenge because I've been following it since season one. It's one of those shows that really gripped me, and I want to discuss why I was a fan of Revenge from the beginning, and this will kind of lead up to where we are today with season 4, episode 5, which was something else. So, let's talk about that. But before I get into that, really quick, I want to ask my revenge fans that I know right now that a lot of you who have subscribed to me thus far, you're revenge fans. So if you don't mind, leave me a comment under this video and let me know what other shows you're into, because I might be into them as well. I definitely want to start reviewing other shows and, just kind of discussing plots and all that good stuff, which is really fun, especially when you have others who like similar shows and they agree upon those particular shows, and I can review them. Okay, so let me tell you why I really loved Revenge from season 1. Honestly, when I first started watching Revenge, what really made me fall in love with Revenge was the fact that the way it was written, Emily Thorne, aka Amanda Clark, was going at her revenge in a nice fast pace. Like, when you saw one episode, you didn't really stay up at night trying to figure out what was going on in the second episode. All we knew, or the next episode, all we knew was, okay, Emily is about to take somebody else down in the next episode. You kind of can't wait to see who it is. But it wasn't like regular normal, the norm TV drama where you're sitting and you're waiting and things are happening 10 episodes down the line that you thought was going to happen, you know let's just say 6 episodes prior. So I really love that about Revenge. I thought it was brilliant because when you're watching it, you're thinking, okay, this girl is really ticked off about the things that are happening to her father. And you see her with her red Sharpie, which we haven't seen in a minute, seriously. Even, season 3, we really didn't see the red Sharpie too much. They brought it back, and then Vitasha, Victoria, excuse me. I have a friend named Ratasha, so I guess she's on my mind at the moment. But Victoria had a black Sharpie, so they kind of brought that into play, but then it fell off, okay? So my love for Revenge all came for that. The way it was written, I thought was brilliant because you don't see too many shows taking care of business and not really leaving you with cliffhangers and not dragging out what's going to happen for 6 or 7 episodes. Like, they put this something in your ear, and you're imagining where it's going, and then you have to wait, and then finally it happens all the way, kind of mid season, over mid season. So I love that about Revenge. I thought it was amazing. So here we are, season 4, episode 5, Repercussions, and Emily still has not met her father, even though she found out that her father was alive in episode 4. Okay? Now, of course, we knew her father was alive ever since season 3, the last episode, finale. So we're waiting, and we're trying to gather when Emily's going to have this meeting with her father. And in the new promo for season 4, episode 6, we see David punch out Nolan, which is not cute to me. Number one. Okay, let me tell you. Let me reroute real quick. Let me say this. I do like this. The episode 5 of season 4 episode. I like Repercussions. I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would hate it, since they made this cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs move to bring David Clark back to life, I can kind of see why they have to go the route they're going. I get it. Okay, that's a given. But with where they're taking David with Nolan, I think it's completely dumb. Number one, Victoria didn't really even come and visit you in prison. Nolan was the one coming to visit you in prison. He was the one you entrusted to hand over your daughter's trust. He was the one that you trusted to get over all the proper information. But yet, at the same time, it's kind of showing that he may not necessarily trust Nolan. But yet, you will trust Victoria, who was married to the man who you quote unquote claim that he held you captive for 20 years and did these things to you while he kept you underground. Okay, so to me personally, none of this makes any kind of sense. And right now they have so many plots rolling out that it's starting to appear like any other show I've seen, that at the end of the day you're kind of just exhausted looking at it. I mean, honestly, I'm a TV watcher, but sometimes I'm thinking to myself, why did I even just turn this on? I could be doing something like reading a book. I don't know. But I wouldn't even want this much drama in my own life. So that's why I like Revenge, because to me, season one, going into season two, you feel like, okay, this girl is taking care of business. This is something I could watch. It's fast paced. Now it's just slowing down, and okay, now you have Miss Fancy Pants, which is this chick that was in the psych ward with Victoria at the time. Now she's trying to woo Daniel to get in with Victoria with whatever her plot may be. I don't know if she really wants a mom, or if she want to pay Victoria back for ignoring her or not getting her out the psych ward when Victoria herself broke out. Like, I'm not sure, but we have that going on. Now we have Margot and Victoria drama, which Victoria, I think she will bite the bullet on Margot, because Margot's been dealing with her dad for years and years and years and years and years. That girl has some tough skin. Not my favorite chick of the show. True enough. But, let's just keep it real. She has some experience in some areas of really standing up to individuals who have power, and a woman who would stand up to her own father, believe me, she could do some damage to Victoria. Let's talk about her for a second. I think she may win a little something something with this whole Emily and David Clark thing. Victoria is manipulative, but the issue Victoria has against her is she's dealing with smarter individuals who have trained in revenge. Number one, I think her biggest asset working for her is her ability to lie, but she can't cover her tracks. If she was able to really do it to the full extent that Emily is, and we're going to jump on that in just 1 second, but if she was able to really manipulate and lie like that, then David would have not went into his home, his old home. So the beachfront. So I feel like Victoria is getting a little leeway, but David was her only leeway. The moment Emily ripped that from her, then Victoria is kind of, fighting, trying to get those waves smoother again. Now, we're going to have to wait until episode 6 to see what really goes down, because Victoria is definitely not leaving his side. But right now, she has 3 women plotting against her for whatever reason, which is Miss Fancy Pants from the psych ward. Don't ask me her name because I did not learn it yet. Maybe I should have listened closely, but whatever. She's kind of like on my nerves. Margot, she's definitely going to be a power play, especially for Emily, if Emily could keep Margot at bay and kind of give her a little bit of room to do what she does with her magazine and all that good stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, Emily. Now let's talk about Emily. What is up with TV today, where they start off with powerful women, and then, and I'm not, oh, how do you say it? I'm not, let's just say I'm not sexist, okay? So, men, I'm all for powerful women and men. I'm just speaking in Emily's case as of right now. Emily started off powerful, smart, but I reflected back on when Takeda was dealing with the whole Emily and Lord help me, Aiden. Okay, I'm trying to think of Aiden's name. When he was dealing with Aiden and Emily, and they were trying to pretty much get together and plot this whole runaway together thing and all that, and Takeda's trying to get them both to focus on the mission at hand, and Nolan went to Emily and was like, okay, we're gonna do this thing tonight, meet me at such place. Then Emily went to the meeting place, but Takeda was there. Aiden had left. And of course, he's on this mission to find out who kidnapped his sister or if his sister's alive, and also to seek revenge on those who did take her at the time. So Emily's standing there looking like a fool, and Takeda's trying to tell her, "You're blinded. You need to focus. You need to focus on your own mission. You have this thing going on with your father, and you're here to take care of that business." Well, here it is coming full circle, in my opinion. Emily is not focused. She's that same girl Takeda was trying to talk to her, bring her back to a level of discipline that she lost when she started dealing with Aiden, or being romantically involved with Aiden, that she's blinded by that. So to me, Emily right now is still very weak in this situation. She's not thinking clearly. She has forgotten how powerful she is, and how she was able to also pull out her share of manipulation, which we kind of seen a little peek of it, just a little bit. But will the writers keep her there, after she discussed things with Margot and, got everything spinning? And thank God Margot and Daniel did not rat her out. So, okay, and this is a show, y'all. I know this. I'm just, giving a review based on whether if this was, reality. But I know it's a show. Um, but Daniel and Margot kept their mouths closed, and I don't even know if Daniel knew who all of this intel and, the deed to the house and all that, where it was even coming from. And there's another power play against Victoria is Daniel. Daniel's not taking her crap, which is good to see. But we also kind of see Daniel's Grayson come out when he's dealing with Miss Fancy Pants from the psych ward. And what's happening is he was just so close to cutting Margot off. But then Margot was like, we make a great team. But that shows you right there that Dad has no kind of loyalty. And he shot Emily over his ex girlfriend, who he messed up in a car accident. But it's so ironic that as soon as he shot Emily, Emily goes through her hell. Then, okay, so why didn't Daniel pursue the ex girlfriend if he loved her all that much? I mean, okay, yeah, he may have shot Emily because, of course, Emily was lying to him, but he really didn't know the extent of Emily's lies at all. So he just assumed something. You shoot this woman twice, and then you never pursue the girl that you quote unquote love so much that you were about to jeopardize your marriage before you even knew anything about Emily manipulating you on any level. So Daniel to me is kind of off a little bit. He has no loyalty, and that's what it comes to. Because if he really was enjoying Margot, Miss Fancy Pants would not have even, came into play the way she did. He could have just continued to play her and kept his job with her, and that would have been that. So, speaking of Miss Fancy Pants from the psych ward, when she got on the elevator, she called some newspaper and was like, "Look, hey, I got a story about Daniel Grayson." So that's going to be real interesting to see how she tears Daniel down. One thing I do, in my opinion, wish they would have kept into play is Margot's brother. I wish that they would have kept him into play a little bit longer, because I honestly thought that Daniel was going to taste humble pie a little longer than what he has. I don't think he had a good slice of humble pie. He had a little teeny, teeny, teeny bit of humble pie, but he needs some more. So I really wish they would have put him back into play. Maybe they will bring him, back into play with Margot and Daniel, but with the way it's going, with all the twists and plots, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, RoboCop, which is, and I'm giving them nicknames. RoboCop, which is Jack's partner. Um, he's out now digging into Conrad's murder. Now, here's the thing now. This could be juicy, everybody. This could be really juicy. He could dig enough into Conrad's murder that he finds out that David Clark did it. That would be the bomb.com. Seriously, that would be a twist. I mean, I guess it's not too much of a twist if I'm thinking it up, but the thing is, I would love to have seen that. Him going after Jack is just like, ugh, lame. We know Jack didn't do it. The only thing Jack is really guilty of is keeping Emily secret, number one, and kidnapping Charlotte. Well, he didn't do it, but he got involved, and unfortunately, Charlotte does not even know how Daniel came. I mean, not Daniel, forgive me, how Jack came and tried to save her from that position by telling Emily and Nolan, look, this is not the way to do it. So she has no idea. Speaking of Charlotte, Charlotte gets in a taxi cab with Mr. Moon Hands, half Moon Hands, let me put it that way. And he is the one, I don't know who this guy is, they did not mention his name, but he's the one who tried to run over David Clark. Who the heck is this guy? Now, this is why I don't completely hate episode 5, Repercussion, because they are putting little tidbits of things in the show that could bring forth good story if they do it right, if they write it right, okay? So who is this guy who tried to run over David Clark? That's going to be amazing. Also, we see in the previews that Emily is learning that some of the things her father told them in his story are not completely true. So I'm thinking I'm gonna love, and I pray that they keep Emily and Nolan teamed up the way they are, so that she could continue to dig up some things about her father, so she's not completely blindsided by this attempt to get to know him and let him know that she's still alive. So I feel like there is a possibility for a lot of peaked interest in the show to pick up some doggone momentum. But I'm really not digging David being alive still. And we're 5 shows in. I waited until the third episode to even give my first review, just trying to feel my way through. But here we are, episode 5. I'm still not digging that at all. But what I do like is the fact that they're throwing in little nuggets that may not work in Victoria's favor, and it may not work in David's favor. So it's possible that they're going to give Emily her power back, because she has lost it. Seriously, it was painful watching her, even in episode 5, not listen to any reason or logic, not sit down and be like, okay, Nolan, how can we plant some cameras, and how can we get audio, how can we tap a phone, how can we do something to stay ahead of this, how can we tap in on Victoria, like she's not thinking. She has nothing. She has no proof. She has nothing to dangle over Victoria right now, other than she's David Clark's daughter, which Victoria is holding over her because she's under the, alias of Emily Thorne. So it's a mess. So writers, I'm really hoping, because I want to be happy in episode 6. I want to be happy when I turn my TV off. I wonder if they're gonna give that to me or us. All of us who are rooting for that. I wonder if they will, just embrace the fans and be like, let's give the fans something to cheer for. Seriously, I'm rooting for that revenge. I'm rooting for that here. But that's my review. Let me think. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to say about this at the moment. I'm waiting to see if RoboCop, which is Jack's partner, if he's going to tap in and see if David or come up with the fact that David killed Conrad, which I really do, and I don't, I hate to say this, but Conrad's character was the bomb.com. I'm kind of wishing they would have kept Conrad a little longer after discovering that David Clark was alive. That would have been crazy. Now that would have been interesting. Now we're watching all these amateurs scramble, and Conrad was not an amateur. Emily's not an amateur, but she's playing amateur. And Nolan is just, he's trying to hold it together, bless his heart. So they say when somebody say bless your heart, that's a southern thing. I am a southern girl. I know that some of you may be able to tell, and some may not. I don't know, but I'm a southern girl, so yeah, we do say that. I guess I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I want you all to chime in. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. Keep in mind that these are my opinions as, a fan of the show, and I am highly interested to hear what others have to say about the show. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know some of the other shows that you're interested in, because I definitely want to start reviewing other shows, but I also want to keep my revenge fans or my fellow fans happy. So I want to see if there are some shows that I watch that you like that I may be able to chime in on and give some reviews on in the future. I'm also going to start doing reviews on more movies, so that's coming soon. I'm kind of that next day TV girl. I watch a lot of what I see on Hulu Plus and Netflix and Amazon. So I do not have any type of cable in my home for several different reasons. One is because I don't have the time to be watching shows when they air, so I'll probably be watching TV all day. But I really do enjoy just being able to pick and choose what I'm gonna watch. So chime in, give me some of those shows that you love, and hopefully I can chime in and give you some reviews. Once again, this is Monica from tvandpopcorn.com. Make sure you drop by and visit me. I'll have some new blog posts as well. And I really have enjoyed giving this review. And whatever day you're chiming in and listening to this review, I hope that you have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye bye. Bye.